Okay, so as you can see, uh, now I have started the recorder. So this session, this 2 hour session will be recorded. There will be no break in between. It's going to be from now until 12, but feel free because it's a chilling session. We're going to learn yeah, don't worry about whether you miss out certain thing during the session because it's being recorded anyway, right? So yes, welcome everyone. Now let me just greet you with a song first. Let's listen to the song.
Sorry, Calvin, is it just me? I don't hear anything.
Right. Thank you everyone for coming in. Thank you, Kuldeep, for turning on the camera. Right. Now, what are we going to gather here today for this 2 hour is to talk about how we can use PowerPoint to transform slides into powerful stories. So here, my name is Kelvin. For those of you who have not do not know me, that's my name, Kelvin Ng Chu Ken, and there's my phone number and also my email address listed down here. So if you have any questions after the sessions, you can also contact me. Now, later I will send a QR code for you to join my WhatsApp so that you can ask your question there. You can show me what you have done after the session. Okay, so we only have 2 hours, so let's not talk too much and let's get into action. Now, what this particular course is all about, now, it's about how you can transform your slides into a good story. So I just want you to take like 1 or 2 minutes. Everybody observe this picture. Look at this image. Can you please describe this image? I need you to either you unmute yourself to tell me or you can type in the chat. I'll be observing the chat now. So you just describe the image. Yeah, 2 minutes. Go now. Thank you, Honas. No Hasliza.
You can just call me Lisa. If
Lisa,
Nurse
okay?
Lisa is too long, yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. Okay, but Lisa is nice. Nice name. Thank you. Okay, interesting. We have two No Hasliza inside here. Okay, entrepreneur is better version of businessman. Okay. Same product, transform into more profit. All right. Creativity, yeah, Kodip? Yeah, you are right, right? So businessman selling the watermelon fruits, entrepreneur selling watermelon juice. That's right, selling. Uh, On the left is selling raw product. On the right is selling processed product. Okay. With better margin. That's important, right? He's selling the blender. I mean, that was out of the box. Okay. Value adding. The right entrepreneur. The entrepreneur observe that there are different things in the market. Okay. Okay, good. Now it looks like a lot of you are describing the image correctly. I mean, it is correct. Whatever that is running in your head, right? That's what you see. So how can you present this in a way that it is engaging? By just looking at the image, you can already transform the story. So what do you want your audience to actually think of your visual is very important. So that will create a story. So a lot of version of stories that is written down there. That's very good. And yeah, some of you hit the point there. And Wan Yi says that observe there's a 10 new product, different needs in the market, watermelon juice and so on. The right entrepreneur, commercialize, value, base added. So you guys are more into the entrepreneur, right? Now, if you look carefully, this picture, a lot of different version of story can be created by just showing an image. So when you actually prepare the slides, try to bring out the image that resonate to your point. So if you tell the point, a point of that particular uh, item that you're going to talk about, so the story has to dive into your point. So in this case, what I'm trying to say, I didn't describe anything, but I only put up there businessman versus entrepreneur. So what happened is if you look at this, the person who sell the fruits, he may be the farmer. He's be selling the fruits. He doesn't give you the solution. But if you sell it to an entrepreneur, he can transform that particular fruits into many different type of product to solve the solution. Some people like to eat the fruits. Some people just want to quench their thirst. And like Mehan said, maybe this is a demo for selling the blender, a fruit blender. Who knows, right? So it's all about your story. Okay, so what are we going to discuss? Thank you so much for all your feedback, all your story there. But what I'm trying to say is we are here to find the solution. All right. So now, what are your challenges? Can you just type in the chat now? When I give you a content, if I give you a piece of story, then I want you to convert that into a slide. What are your challenges preparing the slides? Yeah, so Ling, thank you. So now we move on to the next picture here. What are the challenges for you when you are preparing the slides? To make it creative. Yeah, yes. So creativity is one of them. Not sure how to convey the story. Mhm. Let's make it eye-catching. Okay. Mental block for creativity. Yeah. Okay. Looks like everybody is in the same kind of dilemma, right? Whenever we prepare the slides, how do we make it like, oh, okay, how to make it interesting for these people to read our slide or to start to ponder what are the slides. Okay. So we have content designing, layout, and so on, to cater for different generation of audience. Wow, okay. How much enough is enough? Oh, okay, that's something very, very powerful, very insightful. Short, straight to the point, Miss Liu. No nonsense kind of feedback. Straight to the point. Don't talk so much. Must have few words for each slide. All right. Some of you have spot on already. Now, but my question is, what are the challenges that you have? So many people, whatever that you describe, actually come back to one thing, is what we call the idea. How can we actually find the idea? So I'm going to give you a quick start on this. How do we actually transform wordings? Uh, all this simple wording that is given to us, and how do we transform it into some infographics or some diagram that can help us tell the story. We're going to do that now without actually spending like hours and hours and hours of our time trying to draw this, trying to do that, trying to do a lot of research. Not so, just only within like 2 to 3 minutes the idea will come. Right, the idea will come because visually it will be appealing to you. Right. So, what are we going to spend our time on today? We're going to go into some of the topics, but this is actually a full course topic called Transform Slide. Here, I'm going to do a preview for all of you. I'm going to touch on some of the topics here. This is a whole full day training, but I'm going to do just a snippet of it. I'm not selling you any course, don't worry, but I'm just trying to tell you that there is a course called Transform Slide to a Powerful Story. So, yeah, I'm going to just give you the most important points in this whole entire presentation. I'm going to talk about a few of them in just these 2 hours. All right. So what are we going to discuss is going to be something related to how do we prepare the slides. Number one, how are we going? What is actually storytelling in a very quick way of telling you? Then how are we going to use some of the superpower in Excel, check, in PowerPoint? In PowerPoint, how are we going to use PowerPoint to help us present rather than we are reading from the slides follow what we are actually telling into the audience. Okay, so I'm going to stop here for this particular slide. I'm going to go down. Okay, now there are a few files that I have here. Let me just go back to this guy. Okay, so let me just go through with you what is storytelling in my version. In my version, there are a lot of big guru out there who talks about what is storytelling. However, I'm just going to tell you my version of what is a visual storytelling because I'm trying to relate whatever story that you're telling to a visual, which is your slides. Okay, so now in a very simple explanation here, the aim of our slides is basically is to give information to educate people when they are reading your slide. So as I am talking here, I know some of you will put your eye to the wording like users visual supported by text to represent. So that's why I didn't read it to you. So your audience are well enough to actually read the text, but it will take them some time to actually process the information and it goes into their brain. So let's talk about what are the few things that actually important when we talk about visual, not storytelling, but visual. Okay, look at this. How many of you will actually read this slide? Can I have a yes or no in the chat? Or if you want to unmute, tell me. Right, Kodik will definitely say no, go fall asleep.
I will read, but it will take time.
You will take time, right?
Yeah, I will
Like
read, but
it's
it will take time. It will take longer time for me to
too
process
long-winded,
what is
too much
inside the art.
text.
Yeah, right.
Okay, some of you says, yeah, maybe Mehan is definitely gonna read. Partly, okay, Sheila. So those who love to read, they will continue to read. But what if I turn this slide into more visual, a lot more visual than just text? Okay, so if I'm going to stay on this slide for another hour, I believe you can finish reading it. And you're going to listen, you're going to read, you're going to listen, you're going to read. However, I believe the guided slide here is you're going to read all those that I bold. Those that I have bolded, you'll probably take a look at it. Right? So why not we convert it into visual like this? With a little bit of picture. With a little bit of picture. So, and just an example. So there are 4 pointers there in that particular text. So we convert it, you make it into a typography, put it into a typography, and you actually put in some picture to attract people to start looking at it. So what is the first thing that comes to your mind here is the numbers. The number comes to you. Then you say, what is 30x? Then you start reading the bold text or infographic. Then you start reading the normal text. So let's take a look at on the right hand side here. We have 65% of people are actually visual learner. They can actually read and understand. So you can summarize the word quickly. And the moment you do that, everybody start thinking, oh yeah, visual learner. Am I a visual learner? Or is he a visual learner? We'll do that. You will start to think. So then when you explain about what is a visual learner, what other than visual learner, we have auditory, we have those who are kinesthetic. Some people, they can see, they just see what you have, then they are able to understand. Some people see what you have, they must listen to your explanation, then they know what you are talking about. There are some people who see, listen, and do it to make it even better. So visual learner is 65. Another 35% are your auditory and the kinesthetic. So it makes 100%. There are many type of learner out there, but these three is what I want to emphasize on if you're talking about visual that helps you in your storytelling. So remember, 65% is a big number, and a lot of people actually would like to look at your image first, then follow something that is eye-catching first before they can actually start reading it. So 30 times more people would willing to look at the infographic rather than text, just like the slide before. Okay, so these are all statistics that is done and researched by someone. I cannot remember the name, so I can't find the link to that particular information. So sorry, I didn't credit the person. Now, here, the next one is 90%, right? 90% of information, some of them you see, some of them you listen, are sent to the brain, sent to our brain. They are visual. But then whenever they reach our brain, it turns into a visual. Okay, so let me just tell you a story, a quick one. All right, you guys ready? You can type a ready when you, if you are ready to listen to this story. Can you type? Can you see a ready? Okay, good, Helen. Thank you. Yeah, I see a lot ready. Okay, excellent. Now, I want you to imagine that you are going for a holiday in Sabah. So the trip started off by you packing your bag. You pack your bag and you are thinking, what are you supposed to bring and not what to bring, and into your luggage bag. And the next thing you come to your mind is you book a Grab to go to the airport. So this time you are taking Malaysian Airline. So you are going to KLIA 1. When you book for your Grab, right, the Grab car came on time and you have a very, very cheerful driver. He's very helpful. The moment he came into your doorstep, he get down, he helped you to carry the bag and put into the trunk. Then wish you good morning, and that's it, right? They along the way to the airport, he was very chatty, and you guys are very, very into a lot of conversation. You share a lot of information, and before you even knew it, you are very near the airport. So you are about to get off the car, as usual, being his showing his professionalism. He will came down, he take down his luggage bag and wish you a safe trip and a pleasant holiday. And there you go. You're taking your bag and you move into the airport. Okay, I'm going to stop here. I'm going to stop here. Now, I know I speak a little bit fast, but don't you think that you feel that you are in the particular story? Whatever information I told you just now goes to your brain and you imagine that you are now in the Grab car. So first I started off with packing the luggage. I'm sure you have a visual that you are packing your clothes, you put in your necessity, you take out whatever you don't need, then you pack and you order your Grab. So I'm sure you are like thinking you're holding a phone, you're booking the Grab car. So all this information that goes to you, it actually enters into your brain, it becomes a visual. I did not describe the driver. I only tell that he is friendly, he's chatty, but I didn't say how he looked like, what kind of car he's driving. I didn't mention that. If I go to that extent, you are already imagining that you are actually sitting inside a Honda Civic, or the driver who is a very handsome guy, very cheerful, a young chap. So you are imagining that driver. But I didn't mention that because I didn't mention how the driver looked like, what kind of car he's driving. So that didn't go into your brain. So how powerful are the words that we actually say? Okay, they are very, very powerful. So remember, every information that uttered from your mouth, I didn't show you any car. I didn't show you anyone. I only mentioned using words, but it travels to your brain as visual. So I just want to prove a point here. 90% of the people, when they listen to this story, they are imagining that they are inside the car to the airport. They are going to the airport. So if you reiterate your story, you say, where am I going? Anybody here can tell me where am I going? Or where are you going? Do you remember the story? You are getting to ready to go?
Go Sabah.
Sabah, is it? If you follow the story from the beginning, you will know that we're going Sabah, we are taking the Grab to the airport. So I didn't finish the whole story. I only go halfway through. But you already can understand that you are immersed into the story because of one word that I mentioned right at the beginning of the story. I mentioned the word, I want you to imagine. The first thing I mentioned just now before I even start my story was, I want you to imagine. So that will trigger the word, oh, okay, I'm going into the imagination. I put on my imagination about it. Right? So that's how you can get your audience immersed into your story. Now, story alone will not be able to capture 100%. Visual is also very important. So if you put two together, then you have a super impactful presentation. Okay. Now, of course, it says that beautiful things that we put into our slides. It's definitely going to capture our eyes. If we can simplify the information for these people to read, to see, it will be better. Just like from the previous slide, full of text, now into just this four pointer here. This four pointer is basically from that particular text that I captured just now. Okay, so just a quick example of how visual can actually impact it. So I'm telling a story. So my slide is here, and I'm telling you about the 65%, 30x, 90%, and 80%. So yeah, I'm going to go even further than this later when I show you some example. Okay, so these are just some of the theory that I want to go through with you. So as we look at this next slide, I simplify the whole thing as this particular paragraph. So a presentation that uses effective data, visual, engaging story to craft a narrative that can influence and transform audience in any presentation. So storytelling itself works. It will be even better when there is a visual. So you just use a visual to help you enhance the understanding, to engage, to present some point that stick. That's very important. Okay. Now, let's look at this diagram. Now, all of us know that our brain is divided into left brain and right brain, right? So left brain says information and technology, contents, and then right brain says design and presentation. So when you put this content and design together, you're going to have this thing called clarity. So if you put your content together with delivery, you're going to engage. Okay, so what happens when you put your design and the delivery? That's what I'm talking about. Design and delivery, you're going to create an impact. And guess what? When you put all three of them together, you're going to influence your audience. So this is just a simple diagram to tell you that we need all of them. We cannot just stay in one part. If you are very good in storytelling, so now it's up the game by having a visual. Or you are very good in your presentation, now you have to up your game in storytelling. So you cannot have one or the other without one or the other. You have to make sure you have both of them. Okay. So in my session here, I'm not going to talk about the storytelling that so much. I already presented a little bit about the storytelling. So I'm going now into the work of it, the work of it. How can we transform? How can we transform? So you see, I have here raw data. Let me turn it on. I have this raw data. In my class, I will be giving 5 different raw set of raw data, and these are the raw data that's given to you. What you need to do is to transform this into some very creative slides. I believe everyone will get stuck at this point. Okay, I have the slides. Now, how can I make this information very, very impactful? How can I influence people? How can I tell them a story about this? Now, today, I'm going to use this set number C and operation data. So this story is talking about a plant, a production plant in Seremban, 8% machine downtime. That causes the output to drop from 1,002 to 980 unit per week. Then the maintenance request has been pending for 7 days. Okay. Then night shift outperformed because of that drop in production. So they have to have extra hours to do to top up the output. Therefore, the night shift outperformed the day shift by 15%. So this is the information. Now, if I give you 5 minutes to come up with the slides, will that be possible? What do you guys think? Okay, so you guys, you take a look at this. If I say, guys, in my class, I will tell them, okay, now I'm going to give you 15 minutes, turn this into a presentation. It doesn't have to be 1 slide, it can be 3 slides, it can be 4 slides to talk about these 5 points here. Yeah, Lisa says you have problem with it. So this kind of thing doesn't just, wow, we are so creative, right? No, we don't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce some AI to help us on this. So there is this very famous one in the market now. It's called the Gamma. So don't worry, it's not very intimidating kind of things to do. So what we're going to do is I'm going to create new, but I'm going to use this paste in text. Remember, I already have the text. So all I need to do is just go to my PowerPoint. Right? I highlight this operation data. Okay, I put it here. Then I go into this my content, and I come down here. So I just give them the raw data that I show you just now. I paste it in here. Now you can actually use, yeah, it is free. It is free. Up to a certain level, the free version is already very useful. All you need to do is just go to gamma.app, sign up. They only need you to sign up. Now, if you need to prepare more than 8 slides, the free version comes with 8 slides, 8 cards, they call it, 8 slides. If you need more than that, you can regenerate the next one. You don't copy the whole text in, you copy half the text, you say, okay, I want 8 text from here. Then you copy the second half, you say, I want 8 text from there. Then you combine it together, you can have 16 16 slides altogether. Now you can use all this information and transform them into a web page, a document, or something in your social media posting. Here we are talking about presentation, all right? So I'm not going to use default. Now the default means they actually transform the sizes and so on. Now I want it to be traditional. Traditional means is the size is actually 16 by 9, fixed at 16 by 9, standard size. I want all my slides to have the standard size. So I click next. Okay, so now you can decide whether you want Microsoft, this Gamma to actually generate it for you. You want it condensed, you want it preserved. Whether you want the amount of text in the card is brief, medium, or detailed. So you can try out everything. They are free anyway, right? Now, I'm going to change this into English. Somehow I do not know why this turned out to be English UK. Okay, so I'm going to put out this. This one is an operation meeting for a production plant, right, in Seremban. All right. Now, the kind of tone you want, okay? I want it to be chill, okay? Chill, but professional. Yeah, you can do that, right? All this is whether it is possible. Now, after you have done this, right, you notice they actually give you 8 cards, and if you have a free account, it's 8 cards. Now, I don't want this so many. I just want 4. I just need 4 cards. One card is equal to one slide, huh? So when I hit continue, now they want you to tell them how do you want your slides to look like, the layout. So I'm going to do something a little bit dark. So let's just say I use Stardust, this one. Okay, so this is the effect that I want, and it's orange color and so on. So I just click generate. All in, when I start, if I don't have to talk to you, I don't have to tell you anything, and I just click, 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 click. The next thing I know is my slide is ready. It takes me less than a minute. It will take me less than a minute to do that. There you go. So I have my 4 slides, sorry. So I'm done. So I just tell them I'm happy. Okay. Then I'll skip. I can submit if I want, but I skip the next. Right. So I'll back to my prompt. So this is the prompt that you have. But if you say no, I want to be I want to continue. If you have any more text, you can go in there. And do it again. Right? If you think that that is not so good, you want to go for a lighter tint of background, maybe something like this, right? Then you generate again. So it's a dark color theme just now, and this is the light color theme. Okay, so I like it. So these are all my slides. Now, if you are not so happy with the slides, you can still modify it. So if you look up here, there is this little star button here. You can click it and you say, okay, let's make it more visual. So when I click this, they will start to modify and turn it into a little bit more visual for you. Of course, it's up to you whether you think. Uh, Spelling mistake, you need to have another tool. If you transform this into Microsoft PowerPoint later, yeah, you can do all the spell check or whatsoever. So you see, they make it into a little bit more visual now. So you can go to each and every slice and start telling them, okay, make it shorter, make it longer, make it more simplified language, be more specific, break it into bullet points. Okay, so you say, let's make it more visual again. So let's see what are they going to do when you say you want to make it more visual. They will find the same layout and give it to you. Of course, if you want to change the picture, you just tell them to change the picture. Okay, so they have limitation when it is a free one, and it's a paid one. Wow, right? So they will be very, very powerful. Okay, now this is one of the tools that you can use. Within less than 5 minutes, your slides are ready. So once you are done, you say, okay, I like this. Then, of course, now you see got more visual and so on. But we're going to go to share. Then you tell them, I would like to export it out. So they have PDF, they have Google Slides, is something new, or you have output it as a PNG, but I'm going to output it as a PowerPoint file. When you say PowerPoint, if you click on this PowerPoint, which means every single item in the deck is editable. That's the good news, right? I don't want to show you something that at the end it turns out to be a picture and then we cannot do any modification. So when you click this, the next thing you know is they are going to move to a PowerPoint. They're going to translate it into a PowerPoint, and there you go. I just have to come here, click this guy. If you are very well versed with PowerPoint, then you notice that this is the slide that you have just seen just now. So if you're asking me about the what do you call that, the spelling check and so on, yeah, you can use your normal Microsoft Office tools to actually spell check. Translate the slide, now that is something which I have not tried, but you can use, if I'm not mistaken, it is possible. Okay, let me just close this guy. Uh, let's get a new one. Okay, so let me just create a new one. So let me ask them to generate based on this one, the outline. I do not know what I click, but they generated the outline for you. And click here. So I believe they have something called English, right? Yeah. So you Chinese. Is there something called Chinese? Yeah. Uh, uh, yeah, they do have Japanese. Okay, they have some Persian, they have some Tamil, Malayalam. Yeah, Chinese, simplified Chinese. Okay, so the output language is in Chinese. So let me just continue this guy. This guy, generate it. Let's see if it's in Chinese, huh? There you go. You have to double check whether the wordings are exactly what it's meant to be, lah. Huh? Okay. Now they created the base uh, design for you. So it's up to you to open it in your PowerPoint and modify them. So later I will show you how can you make the slide looks way better than what they give you. This is just your base. So we don't have the idea or the creativity to come up to even have the base slide. So how can we enhance this a lot more better than what we see here so far, right? So I'm going to close this guy. Now you see the Chinese one, you can also export it out as your PowerPoint slides and you start editing it. Okay, now there's another tool which I want to share with you, something very, very powerful. Huh? Now, this is also free. You just have to sign up. It's called Napkin. Now you just go to this napkin.ai. It's really powerful. I'm going to start a brand new one with a blank. Okay, so I will go back to my PowerPoint slides earlier. So I'm going to copy this operation. Put it down here. And I go back here. I will copy whatever that I have. And I'll put it down here. Okay, so I'm not going to ask them to prepare one diagram for this, but I'm going to take like the 8% machine downtime and the output drop as one, the 7 days and the night shift outperform, then the location is in Seremban. So there are three. So if I go to the first item here, the first set of information here, there is a lining box at the side here. So if you sign up this, you are already using it's free. I have not paid a single cent for this, right? And I have lots of work done by this already. So what I'm going to ask you to do is just click this lining box, generate the visual. The next thing is they generate the visual for you. There you go. So if you are not happy with all this, okay, you can go through this. Let me just go down a bit. You can go through it. Now, if you want more, you just go in and tell them you want more. So they are actually, yes, there you go. They generate all this for you. This one for you, this one for you. Now, whichever you feel interesting to have, Okay? Then you just choose. Okay? So there are many diagrams that you can work with here. Okay? So something like that. Now, I feel that these 2 points is not supposed to be together, so I reject everything. So I do not want, I want to separate them into two different sentences. So the 8% downtime, yeah. So I want an individual slide diagram for the 8% downtime. So scroll down, things like that. So if you want to use this as your diagram, you can do that. The 8% downtime impact. Oof. Okay, so if you don't want to be so dramatic, you can find others as well. So something like this. So assuming you have no creativity in coming up with your own infographics, don't you think this is a lifesaver for you? There you go. You got it. So once you have this thing ready, don't use them as it is, transform them. Now, what do I mean by transforming it is, now, once you have this diagram, if you look at this arrow, it says the export. You can export this out as a PPT. So when I click the word download, the next thing you know, I will have another PowerPoint file that is ready for me to use. There you go. Only for that, only for that particular visual, huh? And you will perform whatever editing you want. So you see, within just less than a minute, I have a diagram for the 8% downtime. Do you like what you see? Now wait till you see what I have here. I don't like this orange yellow color. So I can go to the shape and I say, okay, let's make this purple. Oh, I don't like this green. Oh, I don't like this green. I want it red. Now the whole diagram have a different feel. I don't like this orange. I want it to be a brighter orange. There you go. Brighter orange. I don't like this gray. No, I want it to be green. There you go. It's green. You can change them. Okay. So for those of you who are actually preparing your thesis, you prepare your what do you call that? PhD, you're going for your PhD, MBA, you are studying in the university. So sometimes when you have that diagram, it takes you like hours to think how you transform this particular full text into just a diagram for your explanation. So this doesn't take long, right? It came out here. You can still edit the text, you see? It's all editable. Can change the layout format to vertical from itself can only change in PPT. Yeah, you can try to change it there, right? Now, of course, remember, I didn't pay a single cent. I didn't, I didn't pay for this. Therefore, uh, I'm okay to live within their limitation. So once you find that they are not able to do so, then go to your PowerPoint and make changes to it. And that's fine. Right. So the good news is when it is in PowerPoint, you can highlight them, you can group them, or you can right click and paste it as a picture, and then you can make it smaller. I mean, up to you. After all the text has been done, right? You can highlight the whole thing. You want to convert it into a picture. So you group them, copy. Then when you go to your next slide, you can paste it as a picture, right? Paste it as a picture. So now you can make it bigger or smaller without any problem. Keep a copy that is editable, copy and paste it as a picture so that you can position it bigger, smaller. Now, don't reduce this because when you reduce the size, the text doesn't become smaller. Then it looks a bit awkward. Then you have to change the size to fit. Right? And it's a lot of work. Why do that, right? If you have confirmed, if the text are confirmed, no more changes, then just copy and paste it as a picture. Then you can do adjustment to it for your presentation. Okay, copy and paste it as an image. All right. Now, within this 45 minutes, do you notice that I already show you that something that we don't have, the creativity part and also the idea, suddenly just ka-ching, we have that light bulb. Now we can use this tool to help you. There are many more AI tools out there. Okay, so this tool, I find it that is free and it is quite good when it's already something built as a baseline for you. Okay, so use them, huh? They are free. So sorry to say, I'm a bit cheapskate. I use the free tools, and I hope that this will help you in whatever design that you are going to create. Sometimes we have no idea how to transform this into a graphic. So use them. This tool is a very, very powerful feature. Now let's come back to something that is not related to AI. Okay, it's not related to AI. I'm going to come back to this guy. Now this is the original text that's given. I have a sample here. Okay, this one. This is after we use the gamma. This is what I get. This is what I get. So they give me five slides here, five cards, and I find it that it's like not very interesting. It's good enough if you don't have the time to translate your slide into a better visual, then this is good enough. Okay. However, if you are given like an hour or half an hour, this is where you will work on these slides and transform them into something that I have here called the edited one. Here you go. 4 slides, and it is presented like this. I'm sure you have seen this example just now from Gamma, right? I didn't change much. I just transform it a little bit, the font size, the image, I change it a little bit. Now you notice it's the same image that was given to you, right? Okay, now what I'm planning to do is I want to show you some magical tools in PowerPoint. Right? Some magical tools in PowerPoint. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call up a map. I'm going to call out a map. So I'm going to this. Okay, so I look for Seremban map. So this is the Seremban map. So I want to set up my map here. Okay, the Senawang area. So this is where our factory is on this side. Okay, over here. Now don't worry about what Royal Malay and so on, but this is our what do you call that? Seremban plant. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to snip the picture of this map. Okay. Then I copy this. I will put it into my PowerPoint. It's back here. But before that, I will just insert a new slide. So I will just right click, duplicate it. From here, I will just paste it. Okay, so I have a map here. So for this particular original slide, this is how it looks like. And my first intention here is to talk about the manufacturing plant facility in Seremban. Okay, so I made a duplicate copy, and I'm going to use a transition here called morph. Right now, there's nothing to morph because everything is the same. Now, I'm going to take this, click this guy, this picture here, go to my home under the select. I open up something here called selection pane. So this is called image 0. Okay, image 0. And I'm going to call this one as Seremban. Okay, I'm going to call it Seremban, which means I also going to call this picture Seremban, right? But I'm going to remove this guy. Okay, I'm going to remove this guy. I'm going to put this one here. This is called Seremban. Seremban. So I have two images. and remove this guy. Try to make it same size with this guy first. So the size is 7.07, 11.45. So I'm just try my best to fit. Okay, so don't worry, I just stretch the picture a little bit. So take this away and I'll put it here. So let's see what happened if I were to present this, right? So they just modify. Now I'm going to do this. So this guy, I'm going to crop this image 16 as the aspect ratio of 16 by 9. Okay, done. So that it will fit the whole picture, the whole slide. So it will fit the whole slide. But let's see this time. If he go missing, it came back. Now it is not a very good uh, effect yet. So what I'm going to do now is I come back here. Instead of Seremban, I'm going to put here a double exclamation mark space. Then I go to this picture. It's a different picture, right? So, oops, this picture is called what? Picture 13. I'm going to call this one as Seremban, exclamation mark, double exclamation mark, Seremban. Okay, so let's see. Will there be any? You notice that it enlarged the image. Okay, it enlarged the image. I'm going to take this guy, I'm going to bring it to the front. Same goes with this guy. I'm going to bring it to the front. Okay, let's see this one more time. When I click on it, when I say, okay, let's talk about the Seremban branch. Let's find out where are they. Then you want to drop the pin here to tell them this is the Seremban plant. Okay, so I'm going to do that over here. Now I'm going to go to insert. I'm going to look for the icon. I'm going to click here, location. So when I click the location, I have the pin. So I use the pin. Where's my pin? Oh, my pin is here. This is where they are. Let me make it red color. Usually the pin is red in color, right? I'm going to make it this way. Okay, so the animation that's going to appear here is I just want it to fit in. Okay, just fit it in. Or maybe I'll want it to fly, but I want to fly it from the top. Where is the top? Yeah, from the top. So it dropped down as a pin. Okay, so you tell them that this is where they are in our servant plan. Okay, so when you present, then when you click, this is the plan. This is where it is. Okay, so I do not want this pin to come out when I click. Therefore, when I go to this animation pane, I'll click on this pin. Right now, it says there's a 1 here. That means on click. I want it to come after, but not immediately, just like 1 second after. It will automatically drop 1 second after. So like count 1. So after the picture fully screen up, then they come down. So you can do that. Now, I want this slide, duplicate, I'll put it down here again. Okay, put it down here again, and I'll put a transition or more. So that's the story that I want you to tell. If you have a story to tell about the plant, get ready your script, get ready your story. Let this visual help you. So if you want to tell people where is exactly the location of the plant, so when you are presenting this, let's talk about the serban plant. Let's find out where is this first. So then when you click, so this is our serban plant. Then you can continue to talk about it because you scroll, you can talk about your story. People already know where is it, or the people wants to know where exactly it is. So you can come back here, you tell them, okay, you leave this slide alone, you tell them the story. You can even tell information. For example, over here, you can take out the shape, right? The picture here, this kind of here. Then did I draw a box? Yeah, shape. So let's just I put a white color here, and I go into the formatting. I'll just make it a bit transparent. So now I'm going to put here. So these are my texts for that particular story. Okay. So I'm going to make it slightly bigger, the text. I'll just make it bigger. These are my story to tell. Now, of course, these are just, what do you call this? Sample text. Huh? I'll just make it less transparent. Okay, so you can put here, servant one factory. So this particular text that you see now, you want it to appear, by dropping it down. So you tell them, okay, let's go in, but also from the top, you come. So do you want it to be on click? Nope, I want it to be after. Okay, let's do that. So when the pin drops, same goes with the text. And you can talk about the story. Visual and text appear at the same time. And you can move on to the next slide by doing that. Okay, so these are some of the things that you can prepare for your presentation where you are making the visual tells the story with a little bit of help from your text. Now, the text, I didn't do a good job on that, but yeah, you know what I mean. You just put it into the point form that you want to talk about how big it is, how many workers are there, the productivity, the optimum side, the production is how much. You can put all that. Then comes the story, right? Comes the story where the production drop. The production drop. So what happened now is key performance indicator. You can tell them this is the key performance indicator. Now I'm going to bring this guy to the front, bring it to the front. Then I'm going to duplicate the slide. Okay, so for this picture, I'm going to make it big. Okay, somewhere like this. So if I were to crop this picture, I want to make sure that it fits the slides. Right? Fits the slide. This is the slide. This is the slide. Okay, so I need to move the picture slightly. So that's what's happened. Huh? Now for this slide, I'm going to use something called, let's morph again. So let's take a look. From here, when you click, you bring out this particular text, and now you can go even further and explain it, right? So once you finish explaining the slide, this slide, you can go back to the other slide again. So just duplicate this and put it underneath. Okay, so that's something that you can have to focus on the content. So when you want to focus on the dashboard, you talk about the dashboard and move back to it. Okay, so always remember to do the 3 T's in your presentation. Tell them what you're going to tell them. then tell them. After that, you tell them what you have told them. So I have done two. I have one more here to go. So for this production efficiency, what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in and then move on to the next slide. Zoom in, then I move on to the next slide. Okay, so this guy, again, I'm going to bring it to the front. Okay, duplicate this guy. What we're going to do is we are going to crop the image to 16 by 9. Then just place it right at the corner to fill up the page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this wording, bring it to the front. I take this. So I'm going to put it down here, increase the size. Whoa. It's not so easy to move it. Okay. Let's take a look at this. How would it look like? There you go. Get it? So maybe this guy here, I will bring it to the front as well. Bring forward, bring to the front. So when I move from there, it looks like this. So when I click, it move on to this. So for this particular slide, I would also want to use a little bit of transition called morph. So from this slide, it will transit to the slide. So that's the performance indicator. So all this. So don't let the slide appear as they are. Work with PowerPoint to make it looks great and easy to understand. Okay. Now, I told you earlier that it is very hard for you to work with text when you want to perform the animation. Okay. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to click this. Okay. And I'm going to duplicate. But for this slide number 7, I'm going to hide it. I'm not going to touch it. So for this slide number 8, I'm going to select each of this. Right, 1, 2, and 3. This 3, I'll group it. 1, 2, and 3. I'll group it. 1, 2, and 3. I'll group it. Okay. So what happened is I'm going to make a copy. But when I paste, I'll paste it as a picture. Paste it as a picture. There you go. So this guy, this group will have to leave. Now, originally, I already have the text. So this is okay to change it, right? So this guy, copy, but you paste it as an image, right? So the one at the bottom, you can delete that. This is a picture. Then go here, copy, paste it as a picture. So this guy, remove it. Let me find the rest. Okay, so something like this. What am I doing so far is I managed to get the slides in working form. We align it at the bottom. One of them at the bottom. Oops. Shouldn't have selected this one as well. Align it at the bottom. Okay. So this is my original slide. I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to bring this and this up higher. Okay. This one, move it higher as well. So I'm going to take this guy, go down a little bit. Okay, sorry, I'm going to make them, all of them, smaller a little bit. This guy on top. This two, I'm going to go to the image color. I'm going to make it a little bit gray. Okay, it's not working now, but never mind. We'll just leave it there. So this guy, we're going to make it big. So our focus is this information. So I'm going to transition, morph. So let's see what happens when we present this. So they move to the side. Let's focus on this 980 unit per week down from. So then tell your story about this. Okay, so from here, duplicate the slides, make this one smaller. So let's find out what is the size. The size, the height is 4.83. Okay, this guy is 12.22. So 4.83. Let's make it 4.83. Okay, so let's bring it down. This is 12 point. Okay, so let's position them here. These two, just bring it up. Oops. Okay, so you see what is the effect here. That is the original. So now let's focus on the production per week. What are the reasons? The 8% machine downtime, the effect of it. And then the next one here will be duplicate. So you're going to do the same for the last one. This one is 12.22. That's it. And this one is 4.83. So let's take this guy, put it in the middle, take the 8% right here, and move it up. Okay, so take this guy, duplicate again, put it at the bottom. So let's see the transition. So over here. So when you present your numbers in your PowerPoint deck, we talk about this, talk about this. It's like a transition that moves around. Huh? And finally, put it back together. And you move on to do that. Okay, so I hope you like what I have just demonstrated live to you. I didn't, now in the class, I won't be going so fast because in the class, we will be doing step by step because the participants will need to follow. But this one, I'm just showing you how you can do it. Okay, so when you present, always remember the 3T. Okay, first, tell them what you're going to tell them. Don't go in detail. Okay, we're going to talk about the production down. We're going to talk about the 8% machine downtime. We're going to talk about the production gap. So let's move to the what's the production unit per week for the month of March, for the current week. Then you move on. Right. So say for the current week, we're going to talk about the unit per week that we have in this week, the machine downtime and the production gap. So let's go into the detail. You start talking about your machine downtime and your unit per week. Down from 1,200, now we only managed to go full swing at 980. Okay, now this is due to the 8% machine downtime that is affecting the total output. Okay, so to address this shortfall, which is 220 production output, that's where we open up. So the solution to this is we will open up the night shift just to maintain the production gap, which is 220. So the solution, then the story tells you, right? You go on with the story. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you all these slides. I'm going to give you all these slides that I've done here um, in the WhatsApp group. So I'll be giving you a link to the WhatsApp group. You can take all this and take a look and how I actually do all this. Okay, so yeah, you can ask. You can ask how this is done. You can watch this video again and you will be able to understand how things should be when you were presenting the slide. So from four slides, you just have to keep adding the slides until the slides can help you with your story. You have planned your story, yes, but don't stay on one slide and talk for another half an hour. Don't do that. Keep on doing it. Now, take note, don't give away this deck of slides. You should give away the one that is not animated, the original four slides. So after all this is done, you save as your slides with animation. The other one is without animation. So only send out the one without the animation. The one with the animation is for yours to keep because you are presenting it. Okay? No reason for them to have your animation there. You agree with me? All they want is just the information, right? So what you do is you create the animation, you create the extra information, and let them ponder and give them the only original four slides that you have prepared. Okay, so I'm going to give you all this inside the WhatsApp group later. I'm going to put that in. Okay, so I'm going to save this file, save as. So I'm going to put here not edited. I put here with animation. Oops, animation. There you go. Save. So from this, right, from this to that just now, there's a huge transformation that you are going to have. Yeah, I will let you guys have the link in a while, but let me finish up my topic here first. Now the one that I have completed comes like this. Comes like this, right? So very similar to what I have demonstrated to you. So this is how the slide look like. So I zoom into a certain portion, then that's where the pin drops. Serban climb. Yeah, I can do all that, right? Then move back. Now I'm talking about the chart. Now I even further animate this chart. Let's talk about this part. Now, of course, when you do this image is from the web, so it's a bit bad quality. Now, I didn't create all this the dashboard. So if you do, you can copy and paste them as an image. It will be a lot more higher quality than this. So you notice I'm moving it. Then I explain this part, and finally back to normal. Okay, then it goes down. Then it goes up, the production efficiency. Then it moves on to this. Okay, remember I show you all this just now? 8% downtime, 220 production gap, back to normal, and it goes on. The the strategy that you guys use is not just the day shift, you open up the night shift because the night shift outperform the day shift by 15%. So you talk about the day shift, then you talk about the night shift. Okay, and back to normal. And last item here, maintenance and action item that you're supposed to do. So let's talk about the first one, talk about the second one, talk about the third one, talk about the fourth one, and finally put them together. So the slides helps your audience to focus on the point that you are currently talking about. That's it. Okay, I'll give you all this. Don't worry, I'll just give you all this slide and you just take a look at how it's being done in the PowerPoint slide. So What you need to turn on is the animation, the transition. So basically, they are just movement only. They are movement. Just turn on this morph and then you can start to move. Okay. So I'm going to close this guy. I have about 45 minutes left. I'm going to put up some Q&A session later and some photo session and follow up by the, what do you call that? The link that I'm going to share with you. So I have this particular file. Got nothing to do with the operation performance here. These particular slides, I have altogether 22 slides. 22 slides. So the first slide says the company name, then our company. Okay, so a little bit about the company. So that's about the company. Then the history of the company, followed by the location. Where does this company exist? Then the strength of the company. Quite a lot of slides, right? The strength. And followed by the team member. And you move on to the second point here, which is our services. The services that you have from the company. The customer testimonial about your company profile. Then you move on to the third item in your presentation, which is the corporate social responsibility. These are the activity, and followed by the gallery. Right, so they are all the way slide all the way down to 22, which is the contact information. Now, these are all not real thing. These are all just made up stories. So assuming you are presenting your company profile and you are out there to present it to your audience. So how can you make sure that you are in control of your slides and not the slides control you when you present? I'm sure everyone here have seen this before. This presenter, the presenter, say, okay, let's begin. Our company, we provide world-class accounting solution, a one-stop accounting solution center. We are the chartered accountant. We have 32 years of experience in the industry. You notice that what happened to this presenter? This presenter presents whatever that is on the slide. Whenever the slide appears, they just talk about the slide. So they talk about the slide again. Then they talk about the slide again. Then they talk about the slide again. So what if I tell you I don't want that? When I present, I will tell story. Just like many of you here are a good storyteller. If you are already very well versed with your company, and sometimes because you took the LRT to your customer place, you see something that you learn, and then you want to talk about that as a story, as your starter of your story. Then whatever that you have planned doesn't work anymore. That doesn't work anymore. So you want to make some changes. So what I've done here is, okay, for your information, I actually took out a piece of paper, let's say, but since this is virtual, I can't show you the piece of paper. So what I did was I took out the notepad. I started to type out. Number one is our introduction. Okay, like I said, the introduction. Then our company, I put the asterisk about the company, our history, location, da, 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 da. Then number 8 is actually our services, which is these slides. Then we talk about the services, testimonial, profiles, and the CSR, which is number 12. So I list it down here. Yeah, I list it down here. So these are all my slides. So all my slides. So what happened is I put it aside. I'm not going to show my audience, of course. And I start presenting. Now, before I actually start my presentation, I want to talk about something to all of you. Let's just say, Kuldeep, you are supposed to present to your audience, to your potential customer, and your slot is at 2:30. So you went to the office to present this at 2:30. They have given you an hour to present about your company. Now, without you knowing, there is another presenter before you. That means another company is pitching. Kelvin is the one that's presenting at 1:30 to 2:30, and your slot is 2:30. You get the story so far? So when you arrive at 1 o'clock, you are very early. At 1 o'clock, you realize you see Kelvin. Okay, then you notice that this Kelvin is a very long-winded person, and he talks a lot, and he talks, he can't stop, kind of a person. So to speak, you roughly know who I am. So what happened is you started taking out a piece of paper, start planning, because I, Kelvin, might take up your time. True enough, 1:30 I went in, I start talking, and I talk, and I talk. 1 hour later, and I'm still talking. It's 2:30 now, and I'm still talking. Okay, so I like keep talking, keep talking. By 2:45, which means I took up 15 minutes of your time. Could it? Now you lost 25 minutes. You lost 15 minutes. So then I start to say thank you, the clap, I have to unpack my things and get out before you can come in. Then you come in again, you pack up, you unpack your bag and put up your things and ready to present. So that, let's say it takes about another 10 minutes. Altogether, you have lost 25 minutes. Does that mean you have another hour to go from the 25 minutes? No, right? You have to stick to your time. You have to finish by 3:30. Remember, 2:30 to 3:30. However, 25 minutes of your time is gone. So you are left with only how long? 1 hour, 25 minutes gone. So you only have 35 minutes to present all your slides. So far, you understand the story, the situation here? Now, you pledge not to take over the next speaker. For example, okay, Mehan is going to be the next speaker. You do not want to take up his time and delay the entire process. We are not Air Asia. One flight delay, the other flight delay, right? We don't do that. So what we're going to do now is we are going to make sure that we present it on time. So like what Kudip did, he took out a piece of paper, wrote down all the slides. So depending on his story, and he's very mindful of the timing, he's going to present whatever that is important. Okay, so Kudip, this is what you're going to do. This is slide 1. So you decided that you do not want to talk so much about the company first. You want to talk about the main point is the services. Of course, you cannot just skip the introduction of your company. You have to say a few things about your company. Okay, so you say our company. So from here, you want to go into about the company. So just that 4-pointer. So you go to number 3. Okay, our company, da 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 da. All right, I'll explain further once we have a chance to have more time to talk about the company. Right. So let me show you the services that our company provide. Imagine you are now talking about the services. So from slide number 1, I skipped number 2, I went to 3. Then number 3, I don't talk about the location, I don't talk about our strength, I don't talk about a lot of other things like history and so on, but I went straight to the services that we provide. Okay, so you have a lot of things to talk about this slide. You have lots of things to talk about. Then they say, besides work, we have CSR services as well. So let me show you some of the activities that we have done with our corporate client. This is what you have done. So you talk about this. Now, you have about 10 minutes left. So what you do is you black out your screen and you say, okay, guys, let's have a Q&A session. So there you go, Q&A session. Okay, so you go back to slide number 1 and say, let's do a Q&A session. So someone was asked, your company, where are they? Is it only in Malaysia? Then you say, okay, about this question, very good question. Because it's a very good question. Our company exists in a few countries, namely Canada, UK, Brazil. You talk about it. Only when the Q&A session says about, they want to know, okay, you have a couple of So when was your company established? Okay, so a little bit brief history about our company. We started in 1990. You talk about it. Then another question comes out and say, who are your clients? So then you want to see the clients, the customer's profile. Okay, then you tell them, all right, our company has a wide range of customer. They are this is the customer breakdown. Our customer are from the technology industry, music, aviation, entertainment. So if I break it down by age, most of our customer are from 35, 36 to 45 of age. So you give a very what's called that, a detailed breakdown of your customer profile. But you have no more time for any more question. So what you do is you say, okay, now thank you so much for all your questions. If you have any further question, please contact us at this. Now you notice the slide is there to help you and not you read the slide out. If you read the slides slide by slide, you have 22 slides. Now I didn't even want to show the gallery because I don't have the time. I will only show the gallery when I have the time. Okay, so what did I do just now? From slide number 1, okay, let's point out to you first. From slide number 1, I want to go to about the company. Then I want to talk about the services. So 1, 3, then 9. So I just put this away. So on slide number 1. So on my keyboard, I just press 3, then I press enter. I'll be in number 3. Right? So let's do that. I click on my slides. Okay, sorry. Click on my slide. I put 3, enter. I'm in number 3. If I press 9, enter, I'm in number 9. So what you have done, Kuldeep, you have pulled out a piece of paper. You wrote down all your slides. That's a very intelligent way of getting it done. Write it big. So leave it on the table. You can look at the paper and tell you know which slide you are supposed to go. Make sure you put the slide number big enough for you to see, even you don't have to bend down to look at the number. So from here, then I decided to talk about the CSR. So I want to show them the activity that uh, we do for our clients. So I put there 13, enter, I'm in the activity. So I go back to number 1. Let's do a Q&A. So I go back 1, enter, I go to Q&A. Remember they asked about the location. My location slide is number 5. So I put 5, enter. You got it? So you are in 5. Now, when you don't have any more time, then just show your last slide, 22. Tell them to contact you if they have any further question. Okay, so please make sure what a lot of experts out there says, don't let the slide control your presentation. It is you, the presenter, that control your presentation. Okay, so please make sure you present. Now, I only give you a few tips in this 2-hour session. If you want a full tip, you join my WhatsApp group. You can ask questions there. I can always respond to you in there. I will give you some video to watch and the morph. The morph I will do it too fast. Maybe I'll just share some video to you guys so that you can watch that video and learn from them. Okay. So my objective here is to help you in your next presentation. If you can, and if you want, you can actually tell me what I can help you. Then we can have a conversation. We can come to a Zoom like this, and we try to plan the slide together. Right? This is our service, my service to you. And don't worry, it's FOC. You can just call me. All right. Now, there's one more little thing that I want to talk about here. Let's say myself, I'm talking about a company. Okay, I'm talking about a company. Then I have, let's say, uh, John. John is actually talking about the services. The second speaker is John. John is going to talk about the services. Then we have, let's say, Nick. Nick is talking about the CSR. So there are three, what you call this, speaker that is going to present in these slides. And the last one is back to me, the first person about the company. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to click on number one here, and I'm going to right click, insert what we call the section. So I'm going to call this our company. So they are asking you to name the section. So I name it following the title, our company. But basically, no one reads the name except you because it's for this particular wording up here. Okay? Whatever you name. But if let's say you are going to show everyone this screen, then you better write something good. The original section now is called default section. Okay, now going down, I'm going to this number 8. So I'm going to right click this, add section. Okay, so I have this one, then I call this one our services. Enter. So there you go. I have one of this. Then I go down here, right? Right click, add section. This one is our CSR. I rename this. Okay. And I go all the way down here, this guy, and right click, add section. I will put this one as my contact. So you just have to remember now you have added about 4 slides and so your last slide is your last slide is still 22, but later when we add another slide, you must remember to move your slide. So this is what I'm going to do. Okay. So for this first slide, I will move this one higher on top. And I'm going to insert section zoom. Okay. I repeat, on my first slide, I go to this thing called section. Remember, I put up the section, so I go to section zoom. Now, I don't want to pull out all. I just want to pull out 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. These are the 3 items that is going to be presented by myself, okay, John, and Nick. Okay, so I'm going to click OK. There you go. So I have 1 here, 2. Where is my 1? Okay, 1, 2, and 3. I put them right. So I give them a border, so a black color border like this. Now it doesn't look like not anything special at the moment. So let me just show you the slide. Now remember the last slide is 22. So I just So I say, okay, welcome to our presentation. Now I would like to invite John to talk about our services. Okay, so we click this. Then John will start talking about the services, the testimonial, customer profile, and back. Then next, I'm going to invite Nick to talk about the CSR. So then we go into the gallery, talk about the gallery, move there, down, to the left, then we go down again, we go left, we go up again. Now this is the whole thing. Once we finish talking about the activities here, Nick say, let's pass it back to the MC. Okay. Then you say, let's invite Kelvin to talk about the company. Then that's where I comes in. Talk about the company. So I just go through the slides back. So if there's any information that you need from us, please feel free to contact. How did I come here? It was 22, right? I press 22, I come here. So again, back to the same thing I mentioned. Always make sure you are in control of the slide and not let the slide control you when you present. Do you like all these tips that I shared with you?
Yes.
Yes, Thank you, Mehan, for the yes.
Yes, very helpful.
Uh-huh. Good. Thank you so much, Val. It's very encouraging. Brian, thank you. Mm, right. So it's time to do a little bit of a photo session. Before that, before that, I want to tell you to join. I want to make sure all of you join my uh, group. So in order to get the training materials and the video recording, the one that we recorded here, you just need to scan this QR code. Okay. So this is a sponsored training, NTW, and here I'm going to give you the important tips of that whole training that you may get if you join the full training. The full training will be a lot slower, not like how I am doing. Indeed, in this training, in this particular session, my job is just to give you the idea and then I recorded it down. I want you to watch the video so that you are able to learn from it as well. Okay? No string attached, just join. So once I see you in the group, then I will be sending out the video to all of you. Let's see, where is that group? Yeah. Oh, there are so many of you joined already. Yeah. Good. Yeah. Hey, Surya, you're here. Surya is one of the master trainer as well. Hey. All right. So now, give me a second. I prepared something and I want to create a word cloud. And this is the first time I'm using this Slido, by the way. Uh, let's try this and see. Tell me what do you like best about this 2 hour learning session? Basically, it's not 2 hour, but 1.5 hour. So we already stopped learning. Here is just to gather some feedback. So if you scan this, I do not know how does this work, but let's try. You take out your phone and see anything comes up. Oh, okay. Thank you. Now the good news about using this kind of tools is that we do not know who actually type in all this. You can type more than one time and yeah, and just put it there. Yes, I do, Soling. Definitely we have that. Yeah, just keep in touch with us if your company requires this kind of training. Yeah, do let us know. Wow, thank you. How did that word come out so big suddenly? AI is one of the killer, but it helps us in our productivity. But you will notice that they are quite, what do you call that, new in the market. So they don't really do a lot of things for you, but they keep you moving. Once the slide is ready, they allow you to do the changes. That's why I like about the Gamma. That's why I like about the Napkin. So once you export it out back into PowerPoint, then you can change the color, you can change the line, you can make it thicker, you can combine it together. There's so many things you need to know in PowerPoint to make that slide looks great. Mm. Thank you. Thank you for all the kind words. I see a lot of nice words there. Oh, you can always sign in again using your phone. At least we have a good photo with your photo inside. Lah. Doesn't matter. You can always come in. Is there another presentation like this? Not in my pipeline, but of course, if there is enough people, why not, right? Yes, yes, can definitely use for print. Everything that is in PowerPoint. Yeah, can. Yeah. If it is an image, no. If it is a drawing, it's very sharp. Right? So what I suggest you do is that they already give you the framework. You can modify the picture. You can change the picture to your own picture that is sharp. If you have some personalized picture, you just replace them. Ani, Churan Nikki Oya. Okay, good. Thank you for all the words. We have a practical, very, very practical love tips, clear design, powerful, dynamic, is yes. I'm very grateful you guys like this and with all these words that you have mentioned here. Okay, so I'm going to stop my sharing for a while. I need you to turn on your camera and let's do a photo. Then we do the Q&A. I see a lot of very powerful people in here. So let me give you a few more minutes to turn on your camera. It's just only for this photo session. Thank you, Jess. Okay, Yandy. Robin, are you available to take your photo, your camera? Surya, Catherine. Hey, Dr. Alia is here. Hey, my Sifu, Zaharida is here. Eileen, Kalai, Maslina, hey, Robin. Wow, thank you. So let's stabilize and we'll look into the camera. Susanna, are you available to turn on your camera? Sheila, Brenda, Dr. Alia Shaya. Okay, so I guess you are ready to take the photo. Position yourself into that box so that your face is not cut. Huh? Okay. Try not to get too close. Try not to get too far. Kalai, Dr. Kalai is here. Dr. Mani Kalai. Yeah. Kalai, are you going to turn on your camera? Oh, it's already there. Okay, good, good. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, let's wait for a friend here. Still moving around. You look at Mehan's screen at the back, full of books. A man with great wisdom. All right, so let's get ready. Dr. Mani Makalai, and yeah, let's turn it on. And let's take a group photo. Huh? Brian, are you there? Oh, Brian cannot turn on. Okay, good. Okay, let's look into the camera, smile. When I count to three, you smile and you hold your smile for a while when I take the shots, okay? So 1, 2, 3, smile. Okay, cool. All right, looks good. Yeah, I will give it to you in the group later. Once you are in the group, you'll get this photo as well. Huh? Okay. Now, I'm going to open for question. So if you can unmute yourself and ask, will be great. Otherwise, let me look at the chat. John asked about what is your suggestion on size, positioning, etc. That is actually a full PowerPoint session where we talk about what we should overlap, what we should not overlap, what is the best font size. Yeah, we have a topic on that. But I find that this topic a little bit dry. That's why I didn't put it into this session. Maybe I tell you, okay, the picture must put here. No, I mean, this is something that we do during the full course, lah, where everyone will share their view on it. So assuming I have completed my design, then I want everybody to feedback what will be the better one. Because once you say that, once you commented that this size to be a bit bigger, this positioning should be there, that shows that you have your own kind of what do you call that? Uh, what do you call that? The expectation of the slide. So next time, if you were to present your slides, right? When you present a slide, you try not to make the same error or same feeling for other people. Make sure you do the right way. Okay. Then what else? Oh, so link doesn't permit. Any other question? Yeah, you can unmute yourself and let me know. Uh, Lim Ani, any question?
Okay.
Robin,
I-
how should I pronounce your name? Because it's in Arabic, so it's in Jawi. How should I call you? Tak dengar. Amani. Okay. So Amani,
I
you have a
have a
question?
question.
Yes, Lisa.
Do you recommend any frameworks or templates for business storytelling in slides besides the one that you suggested? Or would you list
Framework.
down,
There,
yeah,
there, there are
would you
lots.
list down any
There are lots of
templates? Mm.
great teacher out there who share their framework. All of them are good. Whatever that I show you is actually a bit of everywhere. I pick what is nice, what is good, what is practical, and I show it here. And I don't have an exact framework that I use. Maybe I can think of it, then I can share with you guys. But at the moment, I do a lot of reading. I do have a lot of people out there who commented, and that's why I gather all their thoughts, I gather all their feedback, and I tell you what is good. So you are actually having a session where you don't have to read so many books to get to this stage. I'm doing it for you. So sorry, I don't have it, Lisa, but if I find any good one, I will share it in the group, lah,
Thank you,
everybody.
thank you. But the one that you suggested today are very, very useful
Because
because
I
I
believe in.
didn't know about it until you
Mm.
shared with us today.
Thank you. Because I believe everyone who does the presentation, they must make sure that it is something that they can use, not something that is too difficult for you to actually do.
Okay. Kelvin, can you hear me?
Yes,
Kelvin?
I can.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Thank you for your excellent presentation. Okay.
Thank you.
And then I don't know, I was looking at this Microsoft, they have this Copilot, inside the Microsoft. I heard they also can do for you your PowerPoint presentation and all that, you just give to them a prompt. Correct? I think so lah. I
Yes,
heard
you
about
are
that.
right. You're right. The penetration for Copilot in Microsoft Office is very low. That's one of the reason I didn't show you the Copilot,
Okay.
because I can say I can say if you have 100 people in the room, okay, there are 99 people don't have the Copilot because
Okay.
it's expensive.
But I thought it
It's
comes with
expensive.
the Microsoft Word, no, Kaf. I mean,
No,
no.
not at
Okay.
the moment. Microsoft is not so generous at the time being.
Because
The
I heard this Microsoft Pilot is ChatGPT 4 actually with together with Meta, because they are together with Google and they are using, that's why it's called Copilot, but actually it's ChatGPT 4. If you can, through the Edge, you can access it, Microsoft Edge or what,
the
you can access the free.
the one you just mentioned, the Copilot in the Edge,
Hmm.
that's the free version of Copilot, which is not available in a Microsoft Office. If you want to use it for your productivity in Microsoft Office, you have to pay a 20 USD, 22 USD per month.
Not, I think 222 USD is about 80 ringgit is not expensive, but it can do many things, increase your
Yes.
productivity and all that. But
But
I think
not many people think like what you just said, no?
you have to think of the productivity for 80 ringgit, you can get 10x or 20x productive. I think you can
Yes,
save your 1 or 2 days in your work week, That's what I heard, huh? I mean, there was
yes,
one summit of AI summit by Mind Valley, That's what he said. He can save you 1 or 2 days. Of course, you want to spend a bit of money.
exactly.
Okay, another about presentation. I remember reading a book, It's called The Zen of Presentation. So
Hmm.
I will share that book inside our WhatsApp group.
Ah, thank you.
Another one I will say is Microsoft. The one I'm talking about, Copilot, is a book. What Microsoft Copilot can do for you with all the prompt. So I got that book also. I will share inside the what do you call our
Wow,
WhatsApp group.
you are super generous. Thank you so much. Thank you.
No, because I like to share, I got this what do you call these books or whatever. I meant to share with everybody because that's the purpose of learning. You learn by sharing. You share with
Yes,
me, I
yes.
share with you, everybody share with one another. We become
Hmm.
a community of learning. That's what the WhatsApp group is actually, is a community of
That's
learning
right.
from one another. If you got this knowledge, you share. He got this knowledge, he share. Then we learn all together.
Yeah.
We learn. Okay, I will
Yeah,
do that.
please read the description of the chat group. It's not for you to say good morning, happy birthday.
No, it's for
It's not.
sharing some ideas
Yeah,
and books or knowledge and all that.
we are there to improve ourselves, lah. So if you know something interesting, share.
Yeah, yeah.
Doesn't don't care about whether the person already know or not.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's just that you find it useful,
Because
just put it there.
some people they don't know. I mean, maybe but some people don't know. We assume that people know, but actually people don't know actually, I mean, like
Yeah,
this one, like this one,
the
gamma.
assumption.
I have came across gamma, I got used gamma before, All these, some of them I got used, but napkin I didn't use that. I used the other one. I mean, other software. There are a lot of software out there,
Yes,
perplexity
a
and
lot.
all that. And then also, I came across a LinkedIn uh, course where they said you can ask the ChatGPT to how these slides. What do you think about this slide? Is this insightful enough? What can be improved? Is the font okay? Then the ChatGPT will recommend some changes you want to do. I think the changes are
Give
quite
them a
good.
role first.
Yeah,
You
give
must
them
give
a
them a
prompt
role
first.
first.
Give them a prompt that you want to make it more impactful, more insightful. Then the ChatGPT
Yes.
will tell you where you can improve on these slides. Then you improve it, Or I think even ChatGPT can improve for you. So I heard, anything. I mean, now AI is very powerful, It can help us with our exercise or our presentation and all that. Okay, thank you. I will try to share. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for all your kind words and your kind sharing. Okay, anyone else? So Ling, you want to say something? Oh, Amani has the co-pilot in her office. You see, out of so many here, we have one. I have one, two of us. Who else have co-pilot in your office? Oh, Mehan, you have to go already. So I hope to hear from you actually.
Yeah,
Just a
Mr.
short.
Kevin, can I share? Mr.
Yeah,
Kevin? Yeah, very, very interesting. Because all I learned, I always use a simple tool, I always use simple tool, but today is very, very good, very new knowledge. So I was thinking
okay.
that it's good to upgrade ourselves, better to better
Got it.
and best. Okay, thank you very much. Very, very informative, Mr. Kevin. Thank
Yep.
you. Thank you.
So you guys join the WhatsApp group, then there's a lot more that you can get from there. Lah. Anything else? If yes,
I mean, any chance to do like 3D animation, like live?
3D. No, not so there yet. Microsoft Office don't do 3D animation yet. You need another 3D animation program, but PowerPoint can run your 3D animation program item. They cannot create, but they can run it in your presentation.
I see. So like you can actually embed a video or something into the presentation, right?
Yes, video is definitely a yes, but you're talking about 3D animation. Last time cannot, but now they already have the plugin that can run your 3D animation, so that's fine. Okay,
Can,
that is possible.
can you do a full course?
But yeah, I do have full courses that in relation to
Yeah,
Microsoft.
me too. Full
Yeah.
course.
Right.
Yeah.
Can we get more info?
Yeah, I think if Kevin.
Yeah, where can we get more information about your full course?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll just put it
Yeah,
into the WhatsApp group, lah. If anybody interested, just
yeah,
contact
very
us.
interesting. Very interesting.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Brian, please go ahead.
I think Amani her mic is not working. She needs
Yeah,
to type,
exactly.
Mr. Kevin.
Yeah, can. That's why oh, okay. She's a therapist. We can hear a bit of her sound, but we cannot hear in full what she's trying to say. Ah, wow, you must have a lot of patience and a lot of what you call this love. Okay, so is there anything else?
Can I say something?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Mazlina Ghazali. I would like to express my thanks a lot to Mr. Calvin for the teaching today. And
You're welcome.
actually, I would like to present like what you have presented just now, having the mobs and we go bit by bit, can click and you can express the detail of a certain figure and then click and another one come up. And the same thing with the section and so on. That is great because what you have taught today is something that is my mind for a long time already. I thought I would learn, I will learn, and today, yeah, I got it. Thank you so much.
If you need any help, just reach out. Okay.
Oh,
Don't be
okay,
shy.
okay.
Don't be shy. Like the Muslim will, the Malay will say, if you malu rugi sendiri
Yeah, that's correct. Thank you, Mr. Kevin.
All right.
Kevin, earlier you mentioned you had the prompt. I'm not sure whether if that's a prompt, the two exclamation mark and then the space and then you put Seremban. Is that actually an actual prompt or you just happen to just simply type anything?
No. When the two picture are of different picture, remember when you duplicate, it will be the same picture.
Mhm.
But because the first picture and the second picture is two different picture that you want to morph, you have to put the double exclamation mark in front of their name. The name has to be the same, but they have to have the exclamation mark.
And then the space after that.
Yeah. So because it's two different picture, it's actually from one picture A, you want it to transform to a picture B. So it's two different picture, you need the exclamation mark. If they are the same picture, that one become bigger or smaller, then you don't need the exclamation mark.
Oh, I see. Okay, got it.
Okay, let's read what Amani mentioned. I went to 80 pictures shown in the activity and I want to show this TV in area patient clinic. It can be done. Yes, of course. The one that I show with the if you remember the CSR, yeah, you can also do that. Or you can use all those technique like they zoom into a certain portion of that picture. So all your picture are high resolution picture. It's not going to be like mine. Mine is the internet picture, so it's like not so clear. So if your picture are good quality picture, even if you zoom in, it will look nice. Yes, it can be done. So Mani, if you need help, you just reach out to me also. We can try and see how we can arrange that together, arrange those picture together. Okay, so yeah, all you need to do is just reach out to me, join the group, and reach out to me. I'll be I'll be more than happy to help you. And to let people see what you have done and what you have done to help the children. Yeah, that's great. Okay, good. So once we end the session, I will be putting in all this information. So give me some time for the video to be processed, then I'll put it there. Okay. So thank you so much, everyone. It's time for your lunch break. So go for a good lunch. I'll see you again sometime next time. Bye bye.
Okay, bye, Mr. Kevin. Thank you so much again.
Bye bye.
Kevin, bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Mr. Kelvin. See you again.
Hey, Miss Liu, didn't mention
Thank
anything. Are
you.
you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Kevin,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
today.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
Kevin.
Bye.
See you around.
Thank you.
Yep. Yeah.